Okay.
Yeah. You can look at me.
Okay.
So can you please share with us?
Cứ nhìn máy đi, nhìn thẳng hết.
Nhìn máy hả?
Chị cứ nhìn giúp mình, nên chị qua đây. Rồi, chị làm xuống đây. Rồi.
Okay.
So can you please share with us what's the most challenge that your organization facing in 2015, 14 to 15?
Yeah, in terms of the big challenges for TPC in 2014, especially in 2014, is the source of funds. So what is the reason why that most of the lender they feel scared about the saturation market in Cambodia? So they have some concern and what is going on in the futures as well. And even in 2015, some lender they feel scared about the saturation market, but most of the lender they feel that everything is okay in the market in Cambodia. So in 2015, in terms of TPC, we less concern or we less challenges in terms of the source of fund in TPC as well.
So how did you overcome those challenges?
Yeah, we have a lot of things to overcome that the big challenges. So the first one that we just only show the lender in terms of the Cambodian cultures, in terms of borrowing money and pay back money to the MFIs. So it is a very good thing that the Cambodian culture is very good. And the second one as well that we just need to show the lender about over monitoring, over loan evaluations, over in terms of management, credit management or risk assessment in TPC. So when we just need to show them about how we manage in terms of that risk, in terms of that operation monitoring, so they just feel less concerned about the market in Cambodia. And the very good thing as well that we just need to show that in terms of the Central Bank of Cambodia, we have the strong regulation to protect the microfinance, and so all the microfinance just need to following the regulation or the forecast of the Central Bank. So 100%, and we are very transparent in terms of financial as well. And a lot of the agency from overseas is like financial rating agency as well. They just only have the rating, so they provide a good score to the microfinance, especially to TPC. So and later on, most of the lender they feel comfortable with the TPC as well.
Wow, interesting, very interesting. So you think that that's the good way that the board management has this design?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So what's the most impressive development policy like macro development in Cambodia?
So I think very good. I'm so proud that the central bank have a lot of things to improve the situation that start from the 1991. As of now, we have a lot of change. So a lot of the strong things and to support as the nationwide, especially to support the microfinance as well, because microfinance under the umbrella of the central bank. So we just only see remarkable notice that, for example, in terms of money exchange, so the central bank just only manage very well that the exchange rate is very stable. But in terms of the, we can say, reserve funds, yeah, in Cambodia, so every year just only increasing. So most of the lender, most of the foreigner investment or something like that, when they see, they just only feel comfortable with the macroeconomic which is developed by the central bank as well. Especially that we have the microfinance regulation that to support to how the microfinance to develop in the country is very important things.
Yeah. So how it affected your organization?
So the big positive impact is in terms of most of the lender when they visit or conduct due diligence in Cambodia, when they see the strong central bank to support my TPC or microfinance in Cambodia, or in terms of the macroeconomics, so they feel happy with that. So they just need to see that TPC is the one microfinance is less risky because the country as a whole is strong.
Great. So what's your expectation that the national bank policy or regulation that help your organization escape the difficult in business operation?
So I don't think that we welcome to the new practice or new regulation and in order to strengthening microfinance or banking sector, we welcome to that. So I don't think that I don't think any challenges to the TPC because anything that have developed by the central bank, they just need to see the pro and con, and we can say the win-win solution between the government and the private sector, especially for banking sector and microfinance sector as well. So I don't think that any big impacts or negative impact to the microfinance in Cambodia.
Right. So you think that the banking and microfinance sectors don't need to any new policy to support to banking finance?
Yeah, so I think that so far we have a strong, but I think that it can be any other regulation that new regulation that can be strengthening more stronger and stronger in the futures, because I think now stay the same, need to be update some things, but I don't believe that have no impacts anything to the microfinance or banking sector in Cambodia.
So you trust in the regulation right now of the National Bank of Cambodia?
That's right. That's right.
Great. So could you please share with us how the trends of development in banking and finance sectors in the coming year?
Yeah, so I think that very big change in terms of the microfinance sector and banking sector in Cambodia as well, because we can say start from the 1991 we have less banking, so at that time we have no microfinance, and from year to year the banking right now is increase in terms of number of bankings and especially in terms of the microfinance sector as well. So right now we increase a lot in terms of number of microfinance and in terms of number of active borrower and in terms of the portfolio outstanding as well, that we just need go to reach to the rural area, to the commune and to the village level as well. And the very good thing as well is in terms of the interest rate that we charge from the customer from year to year is slightly down. So I think it's the good trends and to the microfinance market as well. And one more thing I think is a very benefit to the customer as well. And most of the microfinance we main focus on the client protection principle and to make the customer no harm. So we want to win-win solution between the microfinance and the customer as well. I think it's a very good thing in the currently and in the future as well.
So how your plan for your organization in coming 3 years?
Yes, in our plan in the next 3 years as well. So we need to opening for the branches, at least 6 branches every years. Yeah, and in terms of the number of borrower, we increase from 10 to 20% every years. But in terms of the loan portfolio outstanding, we plan to increase from 25% to 35% every year as well.
So right now, total how many branches do you have already?
In total, right now we have 60 branches. Yes, 60 branches.
Right.
And we have 22 provinces out of 25 provinces. And in the next 3 years, we will fulfill all the 25 provinces in Cambodia as the nationwide.
So what's the achievement that you think that you the most proudest of your organization?
Yeah, so in terms of the most proud that the TPC have accomplished, the first one is in terms of the social activity as well, that the TPC have provided training to the customer and non-customer related to the financial literacy program, that we main focus on the social activity as well, that we go to the rural area to reach the poor people and the people who live in the social pyramids, social economic pyramids. So we can just to reach the people is the under the poverty lines or the low income people. And the one more thing as well that TPC very good thing is in terms of the the return on asset as well, that the board and the management that feel happy with the return on equity as well. It's a good result. So we try to balance between the social and the profit as well. It's very proud.
So what the concern from investor when they invest into TPC?
So in terms of the investor, especially we can say from the shareholder. Actually, frankly speaking, they do not might concern too much about the challenges, about the any concern. So they just need to, you know, small improvement only, not big concerns.
Okay. Yeah. So great. So how like you attract more investor, they invest more money into TBC?
So in terms of this point as well, that so far we have only two shareholders, so the DWM, Developing World Market, and the Staff Association. But later on in late 2014, that we have one more big shareholder from LOLC. So, but from our point of view, for the shareholder, for the board operator, we don't want to increase, in terms of number of shareholder, but we can go to increase the capital is okay, because three shareholder that is enough to improve TPC to the next level as well, because the three lender they have enough capacity to increase the capital, to improve the TPC in the futures as well.
So do you have any plan that improve TBC to the bank level?
In terms of this question as well, so the bank level is a very key important thing in the long future as well, because banking is very key important to provide diversified product and service to the people. But in TPC in the next 5 years, we are in microfinance sector. We don't want to transform to any other level. But TPC that we main focus related to the saving mobilizations. So it's the next step. And when we have the saving mobilization, so later on we can consider in terms of the mobile banking, ATM, or the tablet, so they can to support the operations in TPC and to attract more customer and to retain the existing customer as well.
So right now your organization apply the IT?
So in terms of the IT system, currently we have using the micro bankers, MBWin system that support from bankers. But in the short future as well, we are going to shift the new core banking as well. So the real time or online core bankings in the short futures.
This question not in the film, just like for more information. Like core banking right now, is there any vendors that come to talk?
Yeah, so actually that we have a lot of vendors, so 4 or 5 vendors. TPC we talked several years already, since 2013. So right now we almost finalized. The one core bankings almost finalized.
So who's right now your vendors?
So right now we have 2 vendors in the short list is the T24 Terminals and FlexCube. Yeah. So we will select one out of 2.
FlexCube is a Cambodia company.
No, FlexCube actually is the overseas companies, but we have the support team or the partner in Cambodia. But FlexCube is coming from Oracle, the international core banking system and the world-class core banking. Even T24 as well, they have partner in Cambodia, but the terminal system is the worldwide system. So the rating is number 1 or number 2, something like that, the famous one, and the famous in Cambodian microfinance banking sector as well for the 2 core banking systems.
So decide to use what technologies, the board management or who's?
So actually the first one that recommend from the management. So the management we have experience to use that core banking, but later on we propose to the board and to the shareholder for approval. But frankly speaking, the shareholder and the board just only listen to the management.
Yes.
Yeah. So very good thing is shareholder and the board listen to the management. What the management recommend, they always just approve upon requested. That's the good things.
So lucky for TBC and yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your information shared with us. And those information we also take for the CEO talk video.
Mm-hmm.
We also broadcast in our IDG TV.
Mm-hmm.
And also we send to the local TV here
Okay.
after the event.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, so I will also share those information with the board of church in the meeting in this Friday.
Yeah.
And I hope that in Friday afternoon result confirmed.
Okay, okay.
And we will send the information.
Looking forward to hearing the result.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
because we are the the player. Win or lose doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. And for the ceremony of the award, we also want it like should be look brighter,
Mm.
slash.
When at the end of this next month?
Yes, 25th of
When,
June.
yeah, 25th. Okay.
And we also ask for your support for the event.
Okay.
So we can make the ceremony look
Mhm.
nice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
You're welcome.
yeah. Thank you very much. And
Welcome.
I also have a meeting.
Ah.
Next meeting.
Yeah.
Because
See.
we also work with National Bank Cambodia.
Mm-hmm.
Try to invite His Excellency
Chi Chanto. Okay.
because before we also have
New Chantana.
Chantana.
Yes. Yes.
This year we try.
Yeah. So I think that we should try. If the cool thing is we can invite the Chi Chanto to as the presided over the ceremony. I think most of the bank and microfinance will attend.
Yes.
Also, I think it's the key important. If deputy governor, I think
Yeah, it's
not bad,
important.
but I
Less
think if
important.
less important.
Yeah,
The
that's why
governance.
we also like try to control the
Yeah,
attendance.
that's right. That's right.
So come to work with the meeting then.
Yeah,
Yeah. So thank you very
you're
much.
welcome.
Yeah. Look forward to see
Yeah,
you
look
again
forward.
soon. Same time this year, you travel to Canada for your mother's birthday.
Yeah. Oh, how come you remember all this? Yeah.
Yeah, you told me.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Also, she told that the event will take place on the 25th.
I know.
instead of the
I will not be here.
Oh,
So
where will you travel?
I will be somewhere else.
Oh, I'm so sad to hear that.
Nobody knows yet, but I've been invited to my son's wedding.
Oh, okay. That's a good.
So my son just invited me to his wedding.
Son wedding.
Yes.
Where's your son now?
In France.
No,
No, no. He invited us, to go to his wedding. So it's okay. So, do I have to do anything? No. He just said, "Oh, come, as a guest." Okay. Don't choose. He chose the date. He did everything. He just sent us last week. He said, "Okay, the wedding is next month. Okay, please come." Very nice,
Yeah. So good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a parent position,
No.
you don't need to prepare anything.
But if they come to get married here again.
Oh no, he doesn't need all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the second wedding, your son.
No, normally if you get married abroad, normally should come and invite, do a ceremony here, But he doesn't have time for that.
Nice. I believe that also. You don't need too complicated.
Oh, no, he's worse than you. You're strict. You're minimal. He's strictly minimal.
This why also Cambodian or
No, French. That's why he invited me to his wedding.
if French, they don't
French.
need to come here.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
we have another meeting.
Okay, yes. So you have relatives live for the whole world.
No, not so much. But my son is in France, but he will go to the States.
Yeah.
He will work. He just graduated in France, but he has received a job offer in the United States. Yeah. He has to choose between two universities, but I think he will choose Stanford University. Yeah.
He's very good.
He will teach there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do research there.
oh.
Yeah.
Like scientist.
Scientist. He's a scientist.
What subject is that?
Cells, cancer cells, and yeah.
That's what is very hot in the US now.
Yeah.
And I also have friend. Also, he's also like cells cancer, and
Yeah.
he's like ambitious to overcome open an institute
Yes.
to research
Yes.
about the sales.
So he's going that way. So I don't know.
Great. I also love this as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. So are you
Can I
ready?
put this here? No problem.
Để là chút là được.
Hả?
Anh hỏi có dưới là giấy trắng không?
Đúng rồi.
Rồi, rồi.
Okay.
Can you
Move it like this.
Yeah.
Rồi.
Like this is okay. Eh?
Yeah.
Because each question I just want to see what I'm going to say.
FTB got the awards last year. Up to now, is there any the most challenge for FTB?
I think there are always challenge for the Foreign Trade Bank of Cambodia or any other bank because we are in a fairly high growth environment. So I think the challenge for us is to try to keep the trust of our customer, be it existing ones or new ones. Because after all, banking is about trust. So that is the big challenge, how to maintain the trust. And how do we overcome this? We think that by being the oldest bank in Cambodia, after 35 years, we have a good reputation. Locally, we have a good brand.
Yes.
But I think branding is not sufficient. Trust is about people. And it comes back to the quality of our people, the quality of our staff.
So at the CEO position right now, what is the difficulty facing?
We are trying to develop our human resource. We try to instill leadership at all levels. We try to have them understand what are our core values. The main three core values is, integrity, trust, and also reliability.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the most impressive policy regulation from National Bank of Cambodia? You think that is good for your FTD development?
Okay. I think the National Bank of Cambodia has done a good job in providing a stable environment, a stable macroeconomic environment, and also an openness to foreign banks. You see the arrival of regional banks, and today we have global banks coming to Cambodia. So the challenge for a local bank like us is to bring ourselves up to standard. But having said that, we know this country better than any other foreign banks. So it comes back to my first point that our people are our most important assets.
So is there any effective from those regulations to FTD?
We are already capable of competing for the past 20 years. I think despite the increased competition, we just keep on developing new product, developing our human resource. We are totally 100% local bank. So we think that our knowledge of the market is our competitive edge.
So is there any achievement that you feel most proud from last year till now?
I think we always have milestones. Our bank is very much on the edge, of technology. We are developing new products, as you know. We have deployed fingerprints POS in addition to our fingerprint ATMs. Not only that, we are also trying to attract a new market. new market for small and medium-sized enterprise. We have opened a small but very active branch in the largest market in Cambodia, the Psa Thom Thmai. And for the first time, we are open 7 days a week. Yes.
So is there any new product this year?
This year, we are always looking at new products. The products are in the design stage. We will announce it soon, but I think, again, we go back to technology to help us developing these very friendly, convenient products.
Great.
Yes.
Great. So, is there any expectation from you or FTB, that National Bank of Cambodia, in terms of policy and regulation to support the development of banking sector in general and FTB in particular?
Okay. I think the National Bank of Cambodia has done a good job at protecting the public, but at the same time fostering competition. I think it is a difficult balance to achieve, but I think so far the National Bank of Cambodia have kept an open-minded position to allow all the banks to prosper in this market. At the end of this year, people talk about the ASEAN Economic Community.
Yes.
So already we see arrival of some new banks in anticipation of this AEC 2015.
Yes.
And we are very hopeful that with the AEC, the market will grow bigger.
Yes.
So with the pie going bigger, I think we will have our fair share of it.
So can you please share with us how the trends of banking sectors in Cambodia in upcoming years?
I think one thing we can be sure of is that competition will increase. Competition between banks,
Yes.
but not only between banks. I think we have other delivery channels coming. I think telecommunication companies will also get involved in the payment system.
Yes.
We will also see the arrival of e-commerce. So these are new exciting fields that I think Foreign Trade Bank of Cambodia will participate in, and we hope to be one of the leaders in these fields.
Yeah, great. So is there any telco company operator you work with?
At the moment, I cannot disclose yet, but we are looking at working with a few of them, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So thank you very much. Like every year, I come here to update the information on
Okay.
the bank from you.
Anything that you think that I forgot? No?
Yeah, it's also good.
It's okay.
Yeah, good enough. And like, can you share some like information like outlook of banking from last year till now? Is there any new in general?
There are a lot of new banks coming. I think you see the arrival of Chinese banks, Taiwanese banks. Taiwanese banks are very aggressive. Also, we see the transformation of some microfinance, the bigger ones, into banks. So that you have microfinance also very aggressive, not only in Phnom Penh, but outside of Phnom Penh. So I think it's going to be very challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like Cambodia, the population just 15 million.
I know, yeah.
But there are a lot of banks, so you think that is it effective?
That is what makes the game even harder to play.
Too much, right?
We don't know yet, we don't know yet. But I think we need to be very sure of our target market. We need to be sure of what we do in terms of products.
Yes.
I think we need to pay attention to our clients.
I heard that those foreign banks they come to Cambodia, they serve their like local people. It's not Cambodia, but their country people do business.
I think that that's the tendency. I think because if, let's say, you come from Thailand or Vietnam, you tend to know the companies in your own country before the local companies. But I think eventually the numbers of companies who have the same country of origin are not that many. You cannot just survive from the small number of, let's say, Vietnamese company or Thai company. They will have to play with the local clients. Yeah. And that's why. And then we go into the same sort of market. Yeah.
So you think that NBC will issue more license to foreign bank come to Cambodia?
I believe NBC is also aware that there are too many banks. I don't know if they stop totally, but I think they don't want to issue new licenses unless you have very good reason to enter this market. Yeah.
So they have any regulation to protect local banks in Cambodia?
No, that for one thing, there's no protection for local banks. All the banks operate by the same banking law, with the exception that foreign banks who have a parent company who has a good parent, good rating, they don't need to put as much capital as local banks. Yeah.
So right now the main customer of FTB is like SME or retail or?
I think we have a mix of the three: corporate, SMEs, and retail. We initially started with corporate. We moved into the SME sphere about 4 years ago, and we moved to retail in about 2 years ago. Yeah,
So
but
retail's good?
retail is very good. Margin is better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, as last year I went there, I still remember Angry Bird.
Yes. Yes.
So this year?
This year we still have Angry Bird, but we will look at other things as well.
Angry Bird, good business?
It's good business. Good business. I think we attract a portion of the population that we could not attract if we didn't have that product, especially the youth.
Yes.
The youth would not know FTB if we did not have this product.
Yeah.
So the youth get older, then they continue with us, hopefully. Yes.
They
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
And if they open their business, they also come to FTB.
I think that is the intention. We don't make, much money out of these cards. We don't lose either, but I think it's this the branding of FTB to get the young people know FTB, so that when they grow up, when they become successful, then they come to us. That's our long-term strategy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smart strategy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank you very much for your
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm very sad that you.
Me too, but
So first thing, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah,
for us
thank
to
you.
meet you.
Yeah.
We will have the board just meeting in this Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and the result of the prize will be announced in Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you are also the candidate of the prize. And from the early of this week till now, I also meet some MFI and banks, and also ask and talk about Prasa. And many people told me that Prasa is right now number 1 MFI in Cambodia.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very glad
Yeah.
to work with Prasa. And today it's my pleasure to meet you and also have short interview.
Mm.
This information also present to the board of trustees, and we also use a part of that as a video clip on the day we present the award to Prasa.
Yeah.
Yes, and my colleague has sent to you the question. I hope that you prepare already.
prepare. Yeah, but maybe. Okay.
So what's the most challenge for your organization right now, back from 2014 up to now?
Actually, we could not say that the most challenges in that period, but you know that in the banking business, sometimes we always encountered some obstacle or problem. But you know what we can say that we still have some point as challenges in the year 2014 and maybe 2015. Number one, regarding to the cost of fund, we still high. We can say it's still high. And in Cambodia, some of SME entrepreneurs do not have record, so we are lack of information, financial information from them. And another one, we can say the intense of competition is also, but it's good for beneficiary, for customer, but some of them, they use another methods that, let's say, because we can say the bad practice, they charge very high interest rate or something, that it affect to the whole sector.
So how did you overcome that issue?
Regarding to the challenges that our company, Prasa Microfinance, that you know, we want to have some strategy that we need to do in this year. The first one, we diversify some loan products that fit to the demand of customer. The second one, we consider customer service is the best thing that we need to improve to provide goods services to them. And the third one, regarding to get confidence and the trust from the public, we will increase our capital reserve up to 72 million US dollar for very few months later. Yeah, and you know, most of our source of fund come from borrowing from outside, but we can see that the fund in the country, domestic, is better than borrowing from outside, so that we try to mobilize more saving in the country. One more thing, that we try to develop our system, IT system, or any kind of supporting to the business that we, such as we will launch very soon mobile and internet banking, and we already have ATM, and we have more products need to launch for this year.
How many ATM you have?
Currently, we have nearly 100 ATM, yeah, spread out to the whole country. Yes.
So what the achievement that you think that the most proudest Prasa have got in the last year?
According to the financial performance results, we can see the year 2014 is the best year, the great year for Prasa. So in terms of profits, we got, let's say, number 3 or number 4 in the banking sector in Cambodia. And in terms of growth, we are grow nearly in portfolio. We are grow up to 40%. And in deposit also we are grow very fast. Yeah.
Great. So, what's the most impressive regulation policy from National Bank of Cambodia? You think that it's good for your organization development?
In Cambodia, microfinance and banks under supervision of National Bank of Cambodia. In the year 2006, Royal Government Cambodia declared as the year of microfinance. So that's the growth of microfinance sector is not separate from this kind of support from authority, from government. So we can say that any policy from the authority can support our growth. Secondly, regarding to the keeping banking sector in Cambodia stabilized, we have created credit bureau that we can find information from clients that it support to protect our non-performing loans. Yeah. And as we have met in our sector, we have some of players that they did different ways, so that the National Bank of Cambodia and Ministry of Economic Affairs, they join announcement that to the public that all informal sector must come to apply license from the authority. This is one thing that the better for formal institution. Yeah.
So is it affect to your organization?
Let's say it's not affects too much to Prasa, because that organization is very small, just very few number of staff, number of clients could not affect to us. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your expectation from National Bank of Cambodia in terms of policy or regulation that help Prasa develop in future?
Actually, I would say that currently we are follow 100% from to the regulation. So in terms of prudential ratio, in terms of capital requirement, we are respects and we follow 100%. For the future, that we can say that National Bank Cambodia still support the formal company, formal institution like us, that even that they try to issue to supervise us in better to stabilize the sector. Yeah.
So at the position of like CEO like you, so what's the
COO.
CEO?
Yeah, COO.
COO. So what's the the difficult you face right now?
Actually, in terms of working in banking sector, we need to understand everything, even small case that we need to learn, we need to understand them. And we try to solve any problem in according to the law. And, because For my experience, I work for this company let's say in June, we reached 20 years. So from the low level position from credit officer to the high position that we know everything. So we try to solve in the soft way in the problems.
Okay, great, great. So can you please share with me the trend of growth in banking and finance sector in Cambodia in coming years?
As you know that for the coming years, the Cambodia economic still stable and grow from at least 7%. So it good for banking sector to grow flow with them. So the year 2015 also the year of Asian economic community, that we consider that we have more business created in terms of Asian, and some of new entrants also come. That we think that we try to do something to fit with this the chance. Yeah.
Okay, great. So right now, Prasak have how many branches in the whole country?
Prasad have 180 offices around the country.
180.
Yeah.
Wow. So how many staff you have right now?
Currently we have 4,500 staff.
4,500.
Yeah.
Wow. So every month payroll, how much you pay?
It is confident, but approximately 2 million or something.
2 million, I think so. Wow.
Yeah.
Big operation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So do you have any like common for the banking sector right now?
I think that we need to get support from authority, because if we are fair, we are transparency, we have good reputation, and the public's confident us that they can come and deposit with us, so that we have enough money to do our business. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like specific, because we will meet the governor
Mhm.
Chitto.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if your message, if something you can say, but from our side we like needle,
Mhm.
we can tell, so we can report to.
I just would like to say that as the governor to continue to support microfinance. Microfinance is not different from banks. We have everything like bank. It's just the name microfinance and banks, commercial bank, so that we ask them to support, continue to support. Yeah. We are grow, and become a commercial bank.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So how the plan to be the commercial bank?
We already have plans.
Yes.
We will submit. Yeah, and we hope that we will get the license. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And hope that Prasak will be Prasak commercial bank soon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
And for the event will be on June 25th.
Mhm.
So I hope that Prasak also prepare for the event.
Yeah.
Yes. And in the event day we have award ceremony, we have conference. So I hope that Prasak also one of the speaker in the events as well.
Yeah.
And for the event ceremony, we also need the support from Prasak as a sponsor,
Yeah.
so that we have enough finance to make the event
Yeah.
more successful.
Sure. We will join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I return you to your work.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
then I can reply,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, could you please share with us what's the most challenge in ICT industry right now in Cambodia?
From the place we see, you can say it as a challenge or you can see it as an area of development. It is more on the increasing demands of the customer with the proper technology and the lack of skill sets. I think that is the biggest challenge what as a vendors we find here, that there is a huge demand to provide the best solution to the customers, but we do not have the requisite skill sets available in country, and the dependency on the overseas skills is very high. So, that is one area that really makes the industry suffer a bit.
Okay. So, from your point of view, how the ICT vendors and like distributor like you overcome those suffering?
See, for us, we have a little advantage of being a regional or a global player, having the offices in many countries. We can fly in the resources from other countries where the skills are. We do train our resources very regularly. It is again an ad hoc kind of thing. So, there is an opportunity, there is a particular solutions required, we reach out to our other countries and we see. But as an overall, if I see the ICT industry here, if we reach out for any kind of basic to advanced skill sets, the educational or the certified trainings are not appropriate or not aligned with the industry demands. So, we try to reach out, we try to source vendors from outside, and I think it will take some time, but we need to start from the ground level to develop the skills.
Okay, yeah. What's the most impressive policy from government to support the ICT development from your side? You think that is very impressive?
One thing impressive was that the very good step which they took was to merge or club up the smaller organizations which were working in silos and make one ICT federation as a registered body which comes under MPTC. So, now at least there is a voice which is a collaborative voice of the government, the industry and the policy or the lawmakers. So, when this body is there, at least there is a hope that maybe in the near future the policies would be laid down which will take ICT market further, and I believe the enough steps being taken to regularize that. It is still in a very nascent stage, so we will have to wait and watch, but the initiative is good and we are wholeheartedly supporting it.
Is there any effect to your organization?
I would be honest to say not yet, but efforts are there. I do not intend to see the results so soon. Because it is a very long work which they need to do. They need to reach out to the education sector, they need to streamline the IT education which is in my view not very appropriate or advanced, then developing the skills and slowly hopefully the future holds that, making Cambodia a hub of IT professionals that can be exported outside. Right now it is all being imported. So, means you have Singapore, you have Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, you have a lot of countries where you are just importing the skills. So, I hope to see Cambodia having, and with the kind of English education and the smart intellect they have, they can become a hub of IT professionals that can be exported in the ASEAN region.
Okay, yeah. So, can you share with us how the trend of development ICT in Cambodia?
It's very rapid. I have been here for 4 years, Thakrals for 23 years. The change is very rapid, because one thing, the best part for this kind of market is there is no legacy systems. Any of the industries are not carrying any legacy systems which they need to think twice that how to get away from that and then invest into a new one. Right now whatever people invest in, they are investing it as a new, and hence they want the best. So, even if it is a data center, even if it is a solution, even if it is something like BI, ERP, so they did not have anything, now they want it, they want the best. So, in that way it gives a very big market size for any of the vendors, be it principal vendors or system integrators, to tap the right market, and there is enough of space for everyone to fit in. It is just that the market is immature. Currently the maturity level is not that high, and it will take some time where the system providers or solution providers can actually become industry specific. Right now it is not like that. They run behind the opportunities, most of it. So maybe industry specific solution providers would be the future, what we see.
Okay. Yeah, right. Thank,
Thank
you
you.
very much for your information.
Thank you. Thanks for it.
But I heard that just only Cambodia, just only Canada Bank is 100% Khmer Cambodia capital. Other like Afrida or ADA, they also have like foreigner investment.
Akreda Bank, we are recognized Cambodian bank also because Akreda Bank they have local share 51%.
Even though they also have like foreigner investment.
Yeah, foreign investor 49, and then Kanaya Bank 100% Cambodian, and then the rest, most of the bank, some bank are 100% owned by foreigner, and then
Which one?
eh,
Which one?
most of the bank.
Oh,
You can say that most of the bank. Some bank belong to Vietnam.
that's it. We consider it's foreigner banks.
Yeah, this is the brand,
Yeah.
the brand bank,
Yes,
and then
we consider
so we can say that they certify among certified. Some of them are brand from foreign bank, Cambodia Public Bank, and then this is public bank from Malay, and then Maybank, this is bank from Malay.
Malaysia.
Yeah, Sacom Bank from Vietnam, something like that. This is the brand.
DC, Afri Bank. Yeah. 4 banks from Vietnam.
Yeah, 4 bank from Vietnam, and then around 4 or 5 bank from Malaysian also.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
So, on to the interview. Yeah. So you get the information, the question already, right?
The question.
I think it's not very difficult.
Yes.
We don't ask. It's very deep inside.
Not very critical.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, only normal thing.
Yeah, it's like diplomatic.
A diplomatic question. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, first thing, could you please share us what's the most challenge in business operation
Okay.
of your bank?
For last year.
Yeah, from last year
Okay.
to now.
Okay. The bank started in 2013, and then during the started the 2013 we faced some challenges. And then the challenges, the big challenges for the bank, it is building the public awareness. The bank created, it is not easy.
Yeah.
And then after we create the bank, and then we let the people around the country, around the operational area, they know the bank, and then this is the second step. And then the third step, let them track the bank, and then this is the third step. And then this is not easy task. But we are trying our best to settle that issue. And then this is the big challenge for us for the last 2 years. And then we think that everything are fine, but everything is better from now.
So how did you do to overcome that challenge?
Yes. We think that we let the people understand, let the people know the CP Bank, and then later on they just know, and then they do not recognize. And then the way they recognize, they try to serve those people with very good customer service. So by settle that issue, we try to make some what we call TV advertisement, media advertisement, sales campaign, let the people to know who is the CP Bank. And then after that, they start to use our service, and then we try to serve those people with very good customer service. Customer service means that we make him very happy, very quick, and very easy, very simple one. And then those people start to know, start to aware of us. And then we try to settle, and then just starting, and then most of the people, they know CP Bank. And then most of the people, they understand about CP Bank service. And then they start to trust us. And then 1 year plus, we can mobilize public deposit more than 100 million US dollar. And then we can lending to the customer, and then more than 100 million US dollar also. And then we increase our total asset to 160 plus million US dollar.
Right.
And then this is we try to build. We try to build, make sure that everything, the people, they know CP Bank by the understand that we are in cloud customer service.
So how you compete with all the existing bank when CB Bank is new?
Yes. Normally, we say that we are new in the market, and then when we're talking about competition, we may think that this is not easy. But we try to looking for what is our good, what is our best, and then we go to the market first. We try to select the segment first, so that we review the segment. More of the bank, they are concentrated in the city, in the town. Mostly they are in Phnom Penh. So we are setting the bank. We say that opportunity for us in the countryside. So that we set few office in Phnom Penh, and then we set more office in the countryside. More of the big bank in Phnom Penh, they are concentrated. So that, and they concentrate on large SME or large corporate company. And then we are go to a little bit lower market segment. We go to small SME or individual borrower. This is we are niche market. Belong that most of commercial bank, they are not concentrated, and then most of microfinance, they are not rich there. Most of microfinance, they do at the bottom line, and most of commercial bank, they do at the top of the pyramid, and then still a little bit higher than the bottom of the pyramid, not so. So that this is opportunity for us, and then only 1 year we can have around 20,000 customers. 20,000 customers, and then most of them come from that segmentation.
So, what's the most impressive regulation policy from government, especially from National Bank of Cambodia? You think that is very impressive for your organization development?
Normally, we do not have any much change just recently. And then NBC, they just working with other international entity. And then suppose that previously we have a Cambodia accounting standard, and then Bank of Cambodia, they follow that Cambodia accounting standard. But the bank, they need not working in local, they need to working in region, working in international overseas competition, and then they move to international accounting standard. And then they need all the bank to comply that international accounting standard. So then, but NBC, they do not force us for do only one time, they take some time. Right now, they say that they will keep to 2016, and then let the bank to make sure that they transform themselves from existing accounting standard to IFRS.
Does it affect to your CB Bank?
This is not much effect because they put a lot of time frame. Suppose that this is the project not now, the project may be 3 or 4 years ago, and then we take ourselves to improve from time to time, and then we not working alone, and then the group of A, B, C, Association of Banking of Cambodia, they work, they consider that, and then this is not much any challenge to us.
See, thank you. So, what's your expectation from NBC? Like they will issue any new regulation or policy that help your CB Bank develop better?
We are not oversee about this yet, and then because so far we do not have any significant develop from the NBC. But NBC, they try to support the regulator. They issue a lot of guideline instruction, mostly related to internal control and protecting operational risk. And then NBC, they issue a lot of that guideline instruction to support us. And then normally they conduct on-site visit us annually, every year. During their on-site visit, they try to support us. They try to guideline where is our weakness, and then they support us.
achievement that you think that the most proudest from CB Bank?
I'm sorry.
The achievement that you feel proud.
Okay. This is a very good point that the CP Bank just created around 2 years, and then we can create a job for the Cambodian people, reach to 1,000 people.
Just 1 year.
1 year plus, and then we have created a job for Cambodian. This is that we are participate in social development, and then some people, most of 1,000 people, around only 200 people they are experienced, and then the rest we are recruit from fresh graduate people, and then we try to training, refreshment, every time to build up their capacity to capable to become the bank staff. This is one thing. And second thing related to financial, and then CP Bank just created, and then the CP Bank make profitability for certified shareholder. And then last year we make the profit more than 1 million, and then this is we can make our shareholder certified, and then we make some profitability, and then we provide some bonus to our staff, so that the three target that we reach financial record, and then our staff happy, and then community or social happy also.
Right. So can you share with us, from your point of view, how the trend of banking and finance sector in Cambodia in coming years?
Okay, we think that because of economy of Cambodia increasing, you can see that last 10 years economy of Cambodia increasing normally around 7%, and then the bank sector of Cambodia increasing also. We are foresee that in the next following year the bank sector are continue increasing also, continue develop and increasing, and also the bank of Cambodia they are comparable to the region also, because more of the bank they are from the regional also, and then they are operate there, and then they split their experience, they share their experience among the bank of Cambodia, so that the bank of Cambodia no problem we can work together with the region.
So you think that the population in Cambodia is just 15 million?
Yes.
But there are 35 banks.
Mm.
So is it complete?
Yes, in terms of compete, it is a little bit higher compete, but you can see that in terms of the number of the bank, you see maybe surprise, 15 million, and then we have 35 banks. But actually among 35, most active may be less than 10 banks. Okay. The some banks, suppose that some banks they are from China, they create, they have the brand here, they want to support their Chinese people. From Korean, they want to support their Korean people. And then only local bank, they are trying to support their local people.
Right. So you are trying to support local people
Yeah,
as
we
well.
are trying to support local people, so that we install more of the plant in rural area, and then we try to make sure that the farmer in rural area they have opportunity to get the bank service, and then they have opportunity to get very acceptable price of financing. If a no bank, and then we go to private lender, the price of borrowing very expensive, and then if the bank there, and then the price of borrowing are acceptable, they can make their business profitability.
Right. Interesting information.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And
So thank you for your time, and we start for the interview.
Yeah, okay.
Could you please share with us what's the most challenge that your organization facing from last year till now? From the day you get the awards last year.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank IDG very much for organizing very good Cambodian banking so far, and also thank IDG very much for selecting us as one of the successful candidates to get the award from IDG. So refer to your question, so what is our challenge within the year since we got the first award from IDG? So how we come over those challenges? So we think that we have 3 challenge as of now. So the number 1 challenge is regarding to the human resource. As Cambodia, the education level in Cambodia is still poor. I think still poor, I must say. So that's why it find very hard to have very good human resource. So the microfinance operator and the banking sector are doing very well. So they expand their business a lot. So they need more and more human resource. So it make the human resource switch from one to the other. So they move from one microfinance to the bank, from the bank to the microfinance. So this involvement getting tough. So that's why each organization, each microfinance have to work very hard how to maintain their human resource in-house. So the number 2 of our challenge is the competition. As the number of microfinance institution and the banking is grow up from day to day, so the competition is getting stronger and stronger. So we need to find the way how to prevent ourselves, how to make ourselves have the advantage for this competition. So number 3 of our challenge is regarding to the funding also. So we have to work very hard to mobilize funding locally, and also work very hard to mobilize funding from overseas. As of now, we still do need the funding from overseas, and also funding from the local funding from local. I mean, we regarding to the saving mobilization, we have to encourage our Cambodian people to use the banking system. So we want to educate them to stop to keep their money in their home, to keep their money in under the mattress or under the pillow, so on and so forth. So we want them to stop keep their money in house. We want to bring those money to the banking system. So it help both. It can help the Cambodian people can help themselves also, and also can help the banking sector for more efficiently. So if the people who bring all those money to the banking sector. So these are the 3 challenges that we face so far, and how we come over this challenge. With the human resource, we try to build our own training center. So we have very good trainer team right now. So we provide a very good training to our staff. We build our staff capacity by our own training center. So we think that our own training center can help us very much to maintain our human resource capacity. And for number 2, the challenge on the competition. So we try to create new financial product with equipped with the very modern technology. So we hope that our technology and our new product can satisfy our customer, can satisfy Cambodian people. So to do so, we think that we can earn more market share in this strong competition market. And for the funding, I think we have the challenge, but so far we sure that we have no problem with the funding at all, because we have very good ability to raise funding, both local funding and overseas funding. So as if we look to the figure for ourselves right now, the saving portfolio are growing dramatically. It's growing remarkable. So it can support our expansion very well. And there are many investors from overseas, mainly from Europe, from United States. They come to offer us the financial ability also, the financial resource also. So AKL have no problem for the funding this year, and we hope also the same for the next coming year.
Great. So how's your plan in coming years?
Our plan for the coming year, so we want to grow in average around 40% of our current portfolio right now.
Great. So what's the impressive regulation from National Bank of Cambodia that help to support the finance sectors in Cambodia so far?
Okay, I myself, I think that the regulation of the National Bank of Cambodia to supervise microfinance or to supervise the banking sector in Cambodia are very satisfying. So if we compare to other countries around the region, I can say that our regulation is much better than the other country in the region. So I hope our National Bank of Cambodia continue to maintain this good regulation to supervise the banking sector in Cambodia.
So how is the effect those regulation affect to your organization?
Because of the good regulation, that's why Hatha Kasika AKL we can operate very smoothly right now. I think we follow the regulation, then it allow us to expand more, allow us to create more new product to supply the demand in the Cambodian markets.
So is there any expectation from you, from your organization? You think that National Bank of Cambodia should issue any regulation or policy that support your organization grow well, development stronger in the future?
Okay. To develop new product, I think the National Bank of Cambodia should develop more regulation also. So I think microfinance right now, if we talking among the top 7 microfinance that have the microfinance deposit taking license. So those microfinance are ready to offer new service. The new service, I mean, for example, to sharing our network. So to have useful of our network among the top 7, we think that we should share our network to be benefit for the user. To share the network, I can give the example. For example, we should allow our customer go to withdraw the money or go to do the transaction with with other microfinance. Okay, so for example, the customer of AKL, so if they want to go to withdraw money from other microfinance, they can do. So if they go to make the payment in other microfinance office that have office close to their home, that should be possible also. So to do so, the National Bank of Cambodia should allow us to should develop the regulation to allow microfinance deposit taking to able to do the interbank transaction. And one more example, for example, each microfinance they have the ATM. So to be more useful for those ATM, so we should allow our customer to go freely. I mean that can withdraw the money from any ATM. So right now, for example, the customer of AKL can use the ATM card to withdraw the money from the AKL ATM only. But this is not useful because the customer has to go and look around for the AKL ATM. So why don't we utilize it? So we let our customer go to withdraw the money from any ATM. Yeah. So to do so, we should utilize our network, utilize our ATM. To do so, the National Bank of Cambodia should have the regulation or the tool to supervise us. Yes.
Have you raised this idea to National Bank of Cambodia?
We already raised some idea to the National Bank of Cambodia already. So we hope that the National Bank of Cambodia can understood about this useful of our infrastructure that we do have right now.
Is there any response from National Bank of Cambodia?
Not yet. Yeah, not yet. So we hope that they will give us the positive response sometime.
We also have meeting with National Bank of Cambodia, so I will bring this idea to remind National Bank again.
Okay, good.
And,
thank you.
Yeah, and the leadership of National Bank of Cambodia also attend the event.
Okay.
We try to invite the governor Chichangto.
Okay.
And we work
Good.
with the secretary already.
Mm.
And hope that we can come. Yeah. So the last question is, so you can share with us the trend of finance sectors in Cambodia, how it's growing, development, and should grow in which direction you think?
I think the financial sector in Cambodia is growing very well, and they are continue to grow very well. So by looking to the figure as of end of first quarter for 2015, so each microfinance and each bank, they are growing very well. So in terms of lending, in terms of mobilizing saving, in terms of issuing new card, credit card, MasterCard, we can see the number is increased remarkably. So in summary, we can say that the financial sector is growing very well. So to continue growing well, so the financial sector should also focus to support the sector that contribute to the macroeconomic growth. So the sector that contribute to macroeconomic growth, such as garment sector, agriculture sector, so tourist sector, and also right now construction sector. So these are the sectors that support or contribute a lot to the macroeconomic growth. So then the financial sector should focus to support those sectors in order for those sectors to come up very well. So if those sectors are growing very well, and then we can say that the macroeconomic of Cambodia will doing well also.
So, I remember another question. So, what's the most proudest achievement that HKL achieved in a year right now, recently?
Yeah. Recently, I think 2014 HKL achieved a very good result. So we end the year with everything achieved as our expectation, even beyond our expectation as well, in terms of loan portfolio growth, in terms of saving portfolio growth, in terms of our net profit, also beyond our targeted. And besides that, also HL achieved our plan to roll out mobile banking. So right now our mobile banking is very useful. So which is the Cambodian people, they can use their mobile phone, even normal phone, smartphone, any mobile phone that they use, they can do the transaction with HL right now. So they can do financial transaction, they can do non-financial transaction. So a lot of transaction that the user of HL mobile banking can do. So the financial transactions such as they can do the mobile top up, they can do transfer, remittance, they can make bill payment, they can pay their loan, and a lot of non-financial transactions they also can do. So which is very useful right now, and we can say that we also successful to roll out our mobile banking. And our ATM machine we deploy as our plan also. So by the end of 2014, we complete our plan to have 72 machines over the country. So we complete it. And coming to this year, we're going to add more 50 ATM more for this year. So which is very big investment for us also.
Yeah.
But HL decide to make the investment for the benefit of our customer.
So right now, which brand you buy for ATM machine?
For ATM, we using Wincore. We believe that Wincore is more secure machine.
Yes.
So that's why we using Wincore right now.
Big investment. Wincore is the most expensive.
Yes, Wincore is the most expensive brand name for ATM.
Yes.
So we decide to choose Wincore because we sure that Wincore have very good system to protect all kind of risk, all kind of fraud that can happen to the ATM.
Great. Yeah. So thank you very much for your information sharing with us.
Yeah.
Though it's information, I also raised to the board of just three prize.
Yeah.
And your college staff also talked to my college here. You won three. Normally just one.
Yeah.
But we try our best to convince the board judge. Yeah, and,
Okay.
yeah, and the result will inform. It's also in this weekend.
Okay.
I think that it should be in the afternoon of Friday. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. I'm looking forward to hear very good news from you.
Yes, we try our best. And as normal, like last year, we also need the support from HKL to
Yes.
make the ceremony look nice.
Yes, I think we already commit our
Yeah. Okay.
contribution.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, and I think that you also for your next meeting.
Yes, my next meeting will be in the Cannes Hotel.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow, it's
With
fun.
with the shareholder.
Yes. So what time?
We start at 9:30.